Welcome to Real Life Stories of the Impossible. I'm Alain Nu, the man who knows. You ever love those moments where things just kind of come together in this magical way? And you just ask yourself, so how did that actually lead to that? You know, it was really interesting. A couple of examples. Number one was an internet experience. Like, I've always had this creepy feeling that the internet was watching me. And and the strange thing is that I don't really feel that they're actually watching me. However, some random things do happen. Like at a show recently, we met this woman who was from Lisbon, and I rarely talk about Lisbon, which is in Portugal. And so later on, while I was talking to my fiance about about random synchronicities and how the internet is, looking after us, I said, how about if we talk about Lisbon for the next couple of minutes and see if it just shows up on our email feed? And so I made that suggestion, and the next day we woke up and the first thing that pops up as part of this news service that I get actually says going to Lisbon. And it was like literally this question, going to Lisbon. And so it was very, very strange. And some people said that maybe it has to do with the fact that since we were near her, that the internet picked up on our cachet near this woman who was from Lisbon, and that it probably came to us. But it was interesting because it was the only one thing that happened, and it happened in a news source of mine, and it was actually an article about Lisbon. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the internet listening to us, or whether just some strange consciousness or some strange clockwork is happening outside of what's going on, And here's another one, okay? Recently, just in the past 24 hours, I've had not one, not two, but three Masons reach out to me. Masons. And one of them's like a coach, one of them's like an actual hypnotist, one of them's a comedian. So just random people. They actually reached out to me, and these aren't people who normally reach out to me. They are all friends of mine. I consider them to be close friends of mine, but I haven't spoken to them in, many of them in months, if not years. So just randomly, these people reached out to me, and then in random conversation, because I don't go asking people if they're Masons or not, but randomly they revealed to me that they were Masons. So how about that? And then finally, I'll tell you a weird story about my friends, the Eversons, who are famous mentalists, okay? We were at this conference called the National Association of Campus Activities. Well, I am also friends with a guy named Chris Fleming, who's a famous ghost hunter. He's been on like television, on the Sci-Fi Channel, on Psychic Kids. I don't know if you've heard of that show. But anyway, he ends up showing me these photographs of pictures that he took of kids, and people at picture kids meaning college kids, okay? So don't get me wrong. He's taking pictures of college kids in like Halloween costumes and stuff like that, and Viking outfits going like this, but there's a little orb over their head, and if you zoom in real close, suddenly you realize there's a face inside the orb, and it actually looks so good that it actually looks like Photoshop, but that's not what apparently it is. The ghost hunters know that apparently this is a phenomenon that takes place. Comment below if you've ever had that phenomenon take place in your life. So anyway, the interesting thing about that is that I didn't even have to have somebody comment below in order to get some reaction from this. I literally walked out of the restaurant where we were all sitting down, where they were showing me those photographs, where Chris Fleming was showing me those photographs, and I run into the Eversons, Jeff and Tessa, and because we're all at this conference selling our show to universities and colleges, and I tell them about the story of the photographs, and suddenly Tessa goes, "Hey Jeff, don't you remember that story of when don't you remember that moment, that show that we were at, where this kid took a picture of me, and when she did, there was an orb above my head, and inside that orb, if you were to zoom in, was an actual face." So the interesting thing is that these college conference ghost hunters actually go to universities, and they teach kids how to, on their low budget cell phones, actually take photographs of ghosts, and apparently it works. So so that was kind of an interesting synchronicity, because it's not really about the ghosts, it's really about the fact that right after I was talking to this ghost hunter about ghost photographs, I run into the Eversons, and they confirm all of my suspicions of whether or not this is real. So how about that? Comment below. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because I need you guys. And comment below, and I will be sure to comment and reply to your comments. All right, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.